Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, March 1st. Well, the heavy rain is over with that we experienced here in the Mid-Atlantic region yesterday and last night. There is some residual light rain in and around the Philadelphia and New York City regions this morning. However, it basically will be a gradually improving type of day, especially from south to north. In fact, there's quite a difference right now south of the Mason-Dixon line in the Washington, D.C. area, for example, as compared to Philadelphia and New York City. Yesterday we talked about the possibility of another backdoor cold front coming down the northeast coast with some northeast winds, and that has happened overnight, and it looks like there'll be quite a difference in temperatures from Washington, D.C. up across to Philadelphia and New York based on this backdoor cold front. It looks like Washington will stay in the clear, southwest winds, and will go all the way up into the mid-60s. Philadelphia will be kind of in the middle. Clouds will hang on and linger. There may be some afternoon brightening skies, probably temperatures reaching the low to mid-50s. And New York City will definitely be socked in all day with this northeast wind. Clouds, damp conditions, maybe some drizzle, only in the 40s. We'll take a look at the latest surface map and kind of focus in on this backdoor cold front. Right here you see the wind barbs here, the wind direction out of the northeast all the way up and down the northeast coast till about the Philadelphia region. Then you can see southwest winds right here over the Delmarva Peninsula. And in other words, there's a weak frontal system right about here. Washington, D.C. is in the clear, and their temperatures are way up there already in the upper 50s, headed to the mid-60s. Philadelphia does have a light northeast wind, some fog, some drizzle around, so that there'll be clouds will hang around most of the morning, maybe some brightening in the afternoon. And New York City really has no hope. They'll stay pretty dank and dreary all day with a light northeast wind and temperatures holding in the 40s. A lot of precipitation well to our north here now in upstate, in New York State and throughout much of New England. Most of this is in the form of snow, some mixture down here in southern New York, but basically from about central New York up points north and east are getting quite a significant snow event today. Places like New Hampshire, southern Maine, and Vermont are getting several inches of snow today, and several inches fell in the interior part of New England last night and upstate New York. All of this will slowly work its way through and move off the northeast coast by later on tonight. Well, here's the latest visible satellite image, and here you really can tell where that backdoor cold front has extended. And again, it's down right across this region right here. Washington, D.C. is in the clear, and winds in this region are out of the southwest or west, but everywhere where you see clouds here and points north and east, winds are coming off the ocean out of the northeast, and again, it'll stay cloudy all day in New York City with temperatures hanging in the 40s. Philadelphia may reach the low to mid-50s with some brightening this afternoon. Meanwhile, it'll soar well up into the 60s here across Washington, D.C. That backdoor cold front has not reached the D.C. region, and they continue to have southwest winds, and they should warm up to the mid-60s later on today. Meanwhile, to the north of the Mid-Atlantic region, they're socked in, of course, all the way up here in New York and New England. And again, a good snowstorm raging here today with several inches of snow from central New York up to northern New York and across Vermont and New Hampshire into much of Maine as well. That will slowly wind down later on today and pull on out of the region overnight tonight. Well, we had quite a rain event here with more than an inch in many spots in the Mid-Atlantic region yesterday and last night. Another rain event is headed our way for later Friday night into Saturday morning. We'll focus in on that right now with last night's 00Z GFS model run. This is for Friday morning, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a fairly nice day with basically dry conditions here in the Mid-Atlantic region and temperatures approaching 50 degrees or surpassing 50 degrees. Meanwhile, to the west, there is some moisture gathering, some strength here, a couple of low pressure areas with a frontal system extending all the way up and down the center part of the country. Now let's take a look at tomorrow night. By tomorrow night, the main wave is taking place, is currently located here as of tomorrow evening over the state of Michigan, well to the north and west of the Mid-Atlantic region, but this strong front will extend southward from this low and will sweep through the Mid-Atlantic region during the day on Saturday. Some rain is already working its way into the central part of Pennsylvania, the central part of Virginia, and it very well could rain anywhere along the I-95 corridor after midnight tomorrow night, and that will continue into Saturday. Here's the GFS forecast map for Saturday morning. Strong front coming through, and again, another decent rain event here from late Friday night into Saturday morning. That'll sweep on through. It could actually have some clearing from southwest to northeast during the afternoon on Saturday here in the Mid-Atlantic region along the I-95 corridor. But definitely another rain event coming late Friday night after midnight, let's say, right through Saturday morning. And that could include some gusty winds and maybe even some thunderstorm activity. It is quite an active frontal system. Colder air moves in for Sunday and Monday, but then it could warm up quite significantly again later next week. For the SIweather.com, that's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.